All right, it is currently 3:09 p.m. and the light source remains at Alvarado Gardens, right outside of my office at 1810 North Alvarado Street. But what I want to address is my timestamps. The timestamps are accurate, but I want to clarify. Not only do I have evidence of the light source remaining over the Fontana Lewis Library, just like I stated in my videos with the timestamp for today, March 28, 2024 at 1:23 p.m. And then that one continues up into like 1:33 p.m. And then I immediately continued with the next video, which I believe is maybe approximately 1:35 p.m. And I'm referencing the same time frame. The specific documentation that I'm going to upload to the Compare the P.O.C. folder today, as I am highlighting the criminal system that I was subject to by the Fontana Police Department while I would routinely travel to the Fontana Lewis Library at 8437 Arrow Avenue in Fontana, California. And what I stated in my videos today in reference to April 6, 2022, at 1:32 p.m., I am traveling to the Fontana Lewis Library. So I am on Sierra Avenue, having gotten off a third-party facilitating venue Omnitrans at the Fontana Metrolink train station. The light source is remaining over me en route to the Fontana Lewis Library. And again, this is showing the pattern of conduct because the entity is maintaining the light source over me, where I'm showing you. I also have published video today to that same folder where I'm already there in the morning and it's over my head at 10:04 a.m. And so you're witnessing the phenomenon while I am on another day on April 6th traveling to that same address in the afternoon at 1:23 p.m. and I am not yet at the library, and the sun is not over the library already. The sun is over me while I am traveling to that address. And at 1:23 p.m. you see the light source over me while I'm not yet at the Fontana Lewis Library specifically, but I'm on the block. I'm less than 4 minutes away. I'm walking up the street, and the entity, the Fontana Police Department, on April 6th at 1:23 p.m. are group stalking in helicopter, and that's exactly what you see the Los Angeles Police Department doing in the video that I captured today, March 28th, 2024, in that video with the timestamp of 1:23 p.m. All right, and so the state is engaging in that same exact identical behavioral pattern in the same specific environment. The environment in Fontana is not the natural environment. The environment surrounding me in Los Angeles is not the natural environment. You are comparing, the comparison is made between, and this is the unveiling of the criminal system that the state of California is practicing, because you have the maintenance of the light source in its zenith over my head at the same time, right? Same time of year. And you have the same pattern of conduct, the behavior that these corrupt law enforcement agencies are engaging in literally and at the same time in Los Angeles as it was occurring on April 6, 2022, where I'm showing you the light source that's over me. I'm showing you the impossible light activity, the engineered light that's surrounding me, which is basically the light that's covering all the buildings and the roads and highways. This is the illusion that that's the sun, the natural environment, and that everything is covered by sunlight, normal sunlight that doesn't do gymnastics under structures and under, coverings and into doorways, underneath doorways and underneath your furniture and stuff, and creating multiple shadows. That's the engineered light that's covering all of the ground while you're seeing that light source over my head on April 6, 2023 at 1:23 p.m. and the Fontana Police Department are stalking in helicopter flying over my head, and the light source is squarely over my head. So I want to make this correction. That's what you'll see at that video for April 6, 2022 at 1:23 p.m. and the next video at 1:35 p.m. I'm proceeding. So in other words, you're seeing 3 minutes later when I get to the same intersection, okay? The same intersection of Arrow and Sierra Avenue, where I am at that intersection at 9 o'clock in the morning, and Officer Millen of the Fontana Police Department, I believe that's his name, but he's captured on video, and I uploaded that to the Compare the P.O.C. folder as well, because at 9 o'clock in the morning, again, on another day, when I'm at that same address, 8437 Arrow Avenue in Fontana, the Fontana Lewis Library, the light source is in tow, remaining over my head, step by step. As I travel to that library in the morning, the light source is at that intersection at 9 o'clock in the morning, where Fontana police are group stalking, and you know that by the environment that's surrounding me. And that's the malicious engagement in the pattern of conduct by one who is criminally monitoring, intentionally present to pose a threat to my life, bearing weapons, and identified as the corrupt law enforcement agency. Understand that's intentional presence while an environment is following you. This is how you're understanding the deliberation behind that. This is how you're understanding and witnessing the malice that they seek to conceal from you. Okay, and while he's also covering up his license, doesn't have a license plate. But I want to be clear, the light source is not already over the Fontana Lewis Library. It's remaining over my head as I'm traveling in the morning. And then remember on April 6th, 2022 in the afternoon, when I'm traveling toward that same intersection, the sun is not already over the Fontana Lewis Library. It's over me as I arrive at that intersection at 1:35 in the afternoon. The same intersection where Officer Mullen is present, bearing weapons, group stalking, as the Fontana Police Department is engaging in. And so this is also what you're going to remember. And that's the same intersection where the light source is over me at that intersection at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm at that intersection at 1:35 p.m. And so I want to make sure I make that correction. The details are the same. The light source is directly over me. The Fontana Police Department are group stalking, but the entity is engaging in vicarious conduct while the light source is over me at that intersection. I have not yet made it to the Fontana Lewis Library. The Fontana Lewis Library is on the opposite side of the street. So I was crossing the street. I want to give these details so you can see when you look at the videos and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And so the entity is maintaining that light source as I'm capturing the Fontana Police Department, who are standing around in a circle in the parking lot on April 6, 2022. And what you're going to pay attention to is, while I'm traveling to the library on this day, April 6th specifically of 2022, the entity is group stalking by helicopter flying over my head. The entity is molesting me with engineered light. These are the demon-possessed, the third-party group stalkers that are the people of the state, while they're crossing path at the intersection where I'm documenting the maintenance of the light source at Sierra Avenue and Arrow Boulevard at 9 o'clock in the morning. And they're crossing paths with impossible light activity, the mark of demon possession, and the ongoing malice of the people of the state who like to look to the left and right as though that's some persuasive appearance of being disinterested or not stalking because you don't know the target individual. Whatever it is that these delusional criminals do not understand about being surrounded by evidence. The evidence of what is not only their demon possession, but the malicious criminal activity that they're engaging in as a state. And that's engineered light that you see while I'm at the intersection of Sierra Avenue. The light source is over me well into the afternoon, and I'm at that same intersection on another day at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's P.O.C. And I want to be clear, the Fontana Police Department is monitoring me this whole time. And then you see those psychopaths in a circle standing with those same actors. That's the people of the state who are teary-eyed, appearing consumed in a situation, in a conversation. And the light source is over my head while I'm standing at the same entrance in the afternoon. Well, again, I'm at that entrance at 10 o'clock in the morning on another day, and the light source is already over me. So this is how you're witnessing the pattern of conduct there. But I just want to point these details out to you and look at the timestamps. And then you're looking at what LAPD and the people of the state are doing here in Los Angeles. Okay? And this is literally keeping the light source, which is under no circumstances anything remotely close to the operation of the natural environment, not only with this clown-like light activity, but the maintenance, the stationary maintenance of a light source, which you are supposed to assume is the sun. And it is in no way the sun. Okay, and the entity is group stalking in 2024 by helicopter and with an entire environment, which is ongoing terrorism of a demonic nature. That's terrorism on more than one level that the state of California is practicing while they are criminally monitoring via communication devices on the venue of the internet as well, in concert with the people of the state, and maliciously so. And the malice that the entity acts with is also terrorism. The entity acts with high malice while the secret society is monitoring you and group stalking you, and the malice that they engage in it with, the malice with which they engage in that system, is terrorizing. Okay, it's something that the target individual is in many ways aware of the fact that they are subject to something that is menacing, that's nefarious, that is terrorizing. Okay, it's inflicting fear in them, but they may not fully even understand what they're subject to. And at the same time, it's terrorizing and deliberately tormenting, again, causing the ordinary target individual to perhaps even question their own sanity, while the demons that are targeting them are looking to the left and right as though they're not consumed with them, they're not interested in them. That's not persuasive form at all. That's the behavior of a dangerous psychopath who is in every way targeting that individual, the targeted individual. Okay, and group stalking is identified by an environment. It's identified by behavior. Okay, it is not identified, which the demon possessed rely on, the identification or the specific knowledge of a person, all right, that is following from place to place. No, the group, the entity is following from place to place, and very systematically and casually so, in a very specific environment, on a ceaseless basis, engaging in very specific behavior, which is just presence in the path. Okay, with engineered light, demons that are stalking you with light, engineered light, very psychotic conduct. Okay, and you're seeing demonic activity that's occurring while you're looking at human beings practice that which is of dark spirits. Okay, so I want to make sure I point that out. Anyway, this is documentation, and this is just a correction on the record with regard to what I was pointing out. I'm on Sierra Avenue in the afternoon at 1:23 p.m. I'm at the intersection of Sierra Avenue and Arrow Boulevard at 1:32 p.m. and I'm at the entrance of the Fontana Lewis Library at 53 p.m. and that's where you see the entity that's stalking me in a helicopter, and then that same psychopath, that same police department, those demons that are indeed monitoring, are looking to, they intentionally maintain that posture. That's the psychopath right there. That's what I want to drill into your head. I want you to make sure you understand the evil that is at work. Not just the fact that I'm prosecuting the government and I'm showing you how you can enforce your rights. I'm showing you how you can recognize the face of evil. I'm showing you how you can look beyond the veil and you can see the invisible. Okay? Because the behavior does not lie. The mouths of demon-possessed group stalkers, those are lying minions. But their behavior in the environment does not lie. It is screaming out the truth to you. Okay? And that's high malice that the Fontana Police Department are captured engaging in while they look to the left and the right, and they're the ones stalking and flying over my head under the light source while I'm en route to that library where I've already documented the sun is already supposed to be over that library. All of that is evidence against them while they seek to engage in what is tormenting someone while they're in every way stalking me, the target individual, and then wanting to look to the left and right. That's the malice of the secret society, okay? So look at those timestamps, and that's the significance of it. That's beyond a coincidence that the entity is not only following with an environment, the light source over me while I'm at Alvarado Gardens at the same time. The entity is also engaging in what is presence in planes and helicopters, and the entity that's monitoring and group stalking stalks in planes and helicopters in the specific environment. Okay, an egregious, unfathomable, okay, level of psychopathic conduct, intending to cause either take the life of the target individual or to perhaps cause the target individual to want to take their own life. This is torment of an unfathomable level, okay? While you're targeting an individual for no legitimate purpose, and it's all supposed to be concealed, it's all supposed to be a secret. This is grounds of federal prison. The government has no business engaging in this, spending resources, obsessive, ongoing, ceaseless stalking by these corrupt law enforcement agencies. And I want to be clear, it's not just that it's criminal. They are consumed and obsessed based on their demon possession. It is demonic. Okay, and that's going to be prosecuted as terrorism and the malice of the public entity that's engaging in it. This is P.O.C.